Women of Reddit, what about men? Baffles you the most? How do you guys do that thing where you take off your shirt with one hand from like behind the neck? I'm serious. Other than that, I think I'm past the point of feeling baffled by anything you all do. A man's need to stand up and pee is inspiring. I'm an IQ nurse and have seen men try to rip out breathing tubes, fourths, pull themselves up when paralyzed, all in the name of standing up to pee. Sir, you have a catheter. It means nothing to a man who feels the need to stand up and pee. Every time I hear the word catheter, I scream a little inside. Please, I'd rather have my bladder rupture. That underwear flap, do you actually use it? Or do you just pull your dick out of your underwear to pee? Cause it seems to be that I'd be fumbling to get my dick through the flap. Never do that while urinating. Sometimes when I'm laying down, I'll pull my dick through it and let it hang out. I'm not sure why. Cause it feels good to be free. How much some penises grow during erections, like holy shit. Where did that come from? Where does it go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Are all guys like that? I've also only seen a flaccid penis once. I know showers supposedly exist, but I have yet to encounter one. There's also like different levels of flaccid, and I'm not just talking cold water. Like I just had a semi, but now it's gone versus. I've been riding my bike for 3 hours, are two vastly different beasts. The penis waxes and wanes like a cosmic meat tube in the sky in your pants. What they do with their penis when they sit down to poop, it goes into the bowl. You have to be careful not to let it touch anything in there though. How absolutely nonchalant dudes can be about medical issues. Oh, I have a serious cut on my arm. FCK it, crazy glue band-aid. Edit, guys, Rusley, my husband is an EMT. I know the difference between a serious injury versus not. The toot is the baffling portion. Sheesh. As a dude, going to hospital is a long drawn out process. I would rather avoid that for the small price of a slightly worse scar. You're already getting a scar, might as well make it brutal looking. How do you go through life having people know every time you get super turned on? It'd be so exhausting, having to talk myself out of being horny, just so people don't see it. If you are a woman, trust me, you are not aware of even 25% of the time it is happening. This is a really random question, but one I have been asking myself for a while, and am too ashamed to ask someone in person. When guys have to pee and poop, do you pee standing up and then sit down and poop, or do you just sit and pee and poop together? Edit. Thanks for the answers, guys. Pooping is awesome for everyone. Another edit. Holy crap. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. D. 2 birds 1 stone. This, you get used to pooping while standing. That your penis really does have mind of its own. It's crazy how it just gets hard whenever it feels like it. The worst is when it goes flaccid during a certain sexual mood or experience. It's not your fault, ladies. It has nothing to do with you. Literally, he's gone and said FCKU. I'm out to both of us. Our heads are swimming and ready to explode, and that bastard just packed his shit and bounced. The ability to wag one's penis and the look of pride when doing so. That's not pride, that's delight. It's just an enjoyable feeling. It baffles me how wearing boxers don't make your pants look like they've just been stuffed with cloth, which is essentially what is happening. It's pretty thin cloth. How their balls manage to age quicker than they do. They've seen some shit, man. How you can be in the middle of a conversation 1 second and just zone out a second later. What? When I approach women with problems I'm having, big or small, they seem to commiserate / sympathize / empathize. When I approach men with the same problems, they try to take action to fix them. I genuinely wonder what the wiring difference is. Neither are bad responses, just noticeably different. Why do men, or maybe just my son and his dad, flush the toilet before they're done peeing? I've never gotten a complete answer from them. It's like it's some secret guy code thing. Edit. Redundancy. For me it's a game, a timing thing. Can I time my flashito go down perfectly with my pee ending? So satisfying. How men can get into a knockdown drag out fight and then be best friends moments after. How does this even work? How do men drop grudges after they drop their fists? It's how we keep from talking behind our backs for a year about that beach Susie. What's the appeal of sucking on bobs? I mean, it doesn't actually do anything for you, right? I mean, it feels awesome for us, but what's the appeal? Men like bobs. Anything that involves us interacting with them is a plus. I just read this topic to my girlfriend. She responds, the fact that I can say bob and you will get a boner. Apostrophe. Did you get a boner? How much their minds wander. Today at lunch 2 of my friends had an argument about male cows and bulls. I think one of your friends might just be dumb. Do men just like crushy thiebles when riding a bike / horse / etc? Women wonder about balls a lot. Well, to be fair, as dudes, we never talk about them at all. All we do is talk about how it sucks to have them be struck and how sensitive they are. That's it. Besides the occasional shaving story, they're under our deck and we rarely see them. Probably because, even when we look in the mirror, we're too focused on our clock to bother with the ugly sack underneath. They just sweat and get in the way. Now women, not only do they smack them in the ass during sex all the time, but just as we take interest in what's down there on a woman, because we don't always get to see it in the mirror after getting out of the shower, they too are curious. They see balls and wonder about them. However, we never speak of them, so they know little to nothing about them, just that they're sensitive, sweaty, hairy and the home of sperm. Are 2 of things. My girlfriend asked me once, when a guy has to pee, does it feel the same as when a girl has to pee? How are we meant to answer this? The same way as when we are getting lectured about the pain of childbirth. So much gold here, you'd think that Discovery Channel would start a show. Why do guys not care if they have holes in their socks and underwear? Doesn't that bother the crap out of you? Holes in socks would bother me, but underwear is fine, as long as my bollocks aren't falling out or anything. Why when you take a dick picture must you squeeze the shaft? What did it do to you? Does it owe you money? Did it kill your dad? It embarrassed us through puberty when it liked to get hard at the worst possible times. We are merely seeking revenge. They can turn anything, into a sexual innuendo. Well, at least my so can. Hey Redditors, if you feel the need to reply with innuendo or its variants, like 45 people have already beat you to it. I'm a guy and something about me confuses myself. Why do my balls have a better tan than my body when they never get any sun? The ones that assume they need to have money to impress me. Back when I was dating, I occasionally had guys tell me that they wanted to spend time with me, but couldn't afford to take me someplace nice. It seemed to weird some of them out, or at least confuse them, when I told them that, if they wanted to spend time with me, A, we could go someplace cheap, B, we could go someplace free, C, we could go someplace reasonable and each pay for our own, or hey, novel concept D, I just got paid, and can take you out. Most of them took it like an insult. In the meantime, I'm over here like, if I'm impressed or not has literally nothing to do with the contents of your wallet. WTF. Many men judge their self-worth on their work. Since money comes from work and work equals worth, no money equals no self-worth. It's a self-esteem thing. Also, online dating statistics indicate that the 2 most important factors for most women are how hot the guy is and how much money he has. Being able to fap when you're not even a little turned on. Just doing it because you are bored. Okay, I understand lots of women do it too, and because procrastination is awesome. I guess I just need more to go off of get off on. Usually, D. That's my secret cap. I'm always horny. You won't like me when I'm horny. How guys can take a shit for like 20 minutes. They literally bring like a book and a phone and make a day of it. For girls shitting, taking longer than 15 seconds means there's a problem. It's our little cave of solitude. It really is. I go in there sometimes just to read it in silence or without being told to pick up my shirt, push in my chair, put my wallet away, feed the dogs, etc. Do you have some kind of listening off switch? Guys will literally ask you a question and then not listen to a word of your answer. Why every guy I've been with is so preoccupied with me having an orgasm during sex, to the point where it makes it impossible for me to have one. I already have a really hard time with it on a good day, and then I feel pressured to orgasm in order to not hurt your feelings, as I see the worry build up with every passing minute and strained questions of "are you close?" I feel bad that so many guys feel so anxious about this topic, and that their sense of self-worth is so closely tied with the female orgasm. I can have a lot of fun, even if I don't finish, but then they don't believe me about that ever, it seems. I wish we could just be two adults enjoying ourselves and not worrying so much about reenacting the kind of stereotypical situations you see in movies and pronoun.